Good morning, children. Welcome back to mathematics class. How are you all? Okay, hope you all are taking a good care of yourself. So, children, let us start today's mathematics lecture. This is class 10th, subject mathematics, chapter number 10, circles, lecture number 3, and content I am going to cover from NCERT. Fine, children? Children, in today's lecture, lecture number 3 of chapter number 10, circles, the topics which I am going to cover, they are, number 1, first of all, I will make you recall the statement of theorem number 10.1 and theorem 10.2 from NCERT, which I have taught you in my previous 2 lectures. Fine, children? After that, I will be taking the sums based on these 2 theorems from exercise 10.2 from NCERT. Correct, students? So, children, let us recall theorem 10.1. The statement of theorem 10.1. The statement of theorem 10.1 is that the radius is perpendicular to the tangent at the point of contact. Fine, children? And the statement of theorem 10.2 is that the length of the tangent from an external point to the circle is equal. Correct, children? So you just keep these 2 statements in your mind and let us proceed further. Now I am going to take the sums from exercise 10.2. So what is the statement of question number 5? Prove that the perpendicular at the point of contact to the tangent to a circle passes through the center. This I have to prove now. What I have to prove, children? That whenever I am going to draw a perpendicular at the point of contact, from where definitely it will be drawn from the center point. So now we have to prove that it will always be drawn from the center point. Okay. So here is the diagram of this question. What you have to do? First of all, what is given? We will be having a circle given whose center point is O, and we will be having a tangent given, and the name of this tangent is AB. Correct, children? What I have to prove? I have to prove that perpendicular, this is perpendicular, at the point of contact. C is point of contact. Here you can see this is point C. This point C is point of contact. So the perpendicular at the point of contact to the tangent to a circle, it always passes through the center point. This I have to prove. Okay. So let us start its solution. What is given? Let AB be the tangent drawn at a point C on the circle with center O. Here you can see, children, that AB is that particular line which is actually the tangent to the circle, and here you can see that C is point of contact. Okay, C is basically that point where circle and the line are going to touch with each other. Okay, and this is that circle whose center is O. Now what we have to prove? That perpendicular at point C passes through the center. This I have to prove. That perpendicular at point C always passes through the center point. Correct, children? So children, this question I am going to prove through contradiction. Basically I am going to assume something, and ultimately I will prove that whatever was my assumption, that has been proved wrong. Okay. So what I am going to do, children? If possible, let perpendicular passes through some other point, let it be O dash. Children, here you can see in the diagram I have taken another point, let it be O dash, and what I have assumed that whatever perpendicular is drawn, that has been drawn basically from which point? From point O dash. On which line? Or I should say on tangent AB. Okay, so this part is going to be considered as perpendicular. Correct, children? This I am going to assume basically. Now to prove it, children, I have done some construction also. You have seen it in the diagram. What I have done? I have joined OC and O dash C. Have a look here, please. I have joined OC and O dash C. Fine, children? Okay. Now let us start its proof. Children, as you know that radius is perpendicular to the tangent at the point of contact according to theorem 10.1. So what can I say? That OC must be perpendicular to AB. Why? Because OC is radius. So angle OCB must be equal to 90 degree. Fine, children? Just look at here. This is OC As we know, according to theorem 10.1, that OC is radius and AB is tangent. So OC must be perpendicular on AB. So what can I say? That OCB will be of 90 degree. But as per my assumption, what did I assume? I have assumed that O dash C is perpendicular to tangent AB. So in this way, angle O dash CB will also be 90 degree. Yes or no? But how can it be possible? Only one perpendicular can be drawn from any point on any line segment. Correct, children? Either OC will be perpendicular on AB or O dash C will be perpendicular on AB. Fine, children. So this can be possible only when point O and O dash coincide each other. Means they are overlapping each other. Or I should say that O dash point lie on O itself. Fine, children. So definitely now, whatever was my assumption that O dash CB must be of 90 degree, that has been proved wrong. Why? Because OCB is of 90 degree, as according to theorem 10.1 I know that radius is perpendicular to tangent. Understood, children? Now you just look at its proof. Since radius is perpendicular to the tangent at the point of contact, and children, you know OC is radius, so OC is perpendicular on AB. So what can we say? That angle OCB is of 90 degree. Correct, children? But what was my assumption? It was assumed that the perpendicular passes through some other point and let that point be O dash. Fine. So according to my assumption, O dash CB will be of 90 degree, as it is supposed that O dash C is perpendicular on AB. This was my assumption, no? This was assumed by me. Okay. So it means angle OCB must be equal to angle O dash CB, means both are 90 degree. But will it be ever possible that from a particular point you can just draw a perpendicular on the same line segment? Okay. So which is possible only when point O and O dash coincide each other, means they are overlapping each other. So our assumption, or I should say our supposition, is whatever was supposed by me, whatever was assumed by me, that is wrong. So hence perpendicular at the point of contact to the tangent to the circle always passes through the center point only. Correct, children? Now children, let us switch to next question. This is question number 7. Two concentric circles are of radii 5 cm and 3 cm. This has been given to you. Find the length of the chord of the larger circle which touches the smaller circle. We will have to find the length of chord of the larger circle. Means for the larger circle it will be a chord, but that chord touches the smaller circle. Means that chord will enact like the tangent for the smaller circle. Before I start explaining the question, you must be knowing, children, what do you mean by concentric circles? Concentric circles are those circles whose center point is same. Fine. With the same center point, whenever two circles are drawn, then both the circles are known as concentric circles. Fine, children. I will show you its diagram. First of all, what has been given, that I am going to show you. Let C1 and C2 be two circles of radii. One I have taken with radius R1, that is of 3 cm. Another one I have taken as R2, the radius is 5 cm. And what are the names which I have given to the circle? That is C1 and C2. Correct, children? They are having the common center point. I have just told you, for concentric circle, they have the common center point. Okay, so let it be O. Now let AB be the chord of circle C2. C2 is basically the bigger circle, because it is said in the question that the length of the chord of the larger circle, means for the larger circle AB will be the chord, okay, such that it touches the circle C1 at point D. So means AB will become the tangent for the circle C1, okay, and D will be considered as the point of contact. Understood, children? Now children, look at this diagram. You will better understand through the diagram. Two concentric circle. One is C1, another is C2. They both have the same center point. Okay. The radius of the smaller circle, this C1, is 3 centimeter, and the radius of the larger circle means C2. This is complete radius, right? So that is given 5 centimeter. What else is given? That there is a chord of the larger circle. Children, just have a look. This is C2 is the larger circle and AB is the chord of this circle. Look, this is AB. Fine. But this AB is the chord of the circle, the larger circle C2, but it is the tangent for the smaller circle. Children, you can see. Here D is point of contact. Fine. And AB will be the tangent for the smaller circle. Why? Because AB is basically that line which is going to touch the circle exactly at one point, and that very point is known as point of contact. Clear, children? So here I have written clearly AB be the tangent to the circle C1 at point D. But this is the chord for the bigger circle C2. Fine, children? Now, children, as per theorem 10.1, you know that radius is always perpendicular to the tangent. As AB is the tangent for circle C1 for the smaller circle, so what can I say? That OD must be perpendicular to AB? Of course. OD is the radius of the smaller circle and AB is the tangent. So OD is perpendicular to AB because radius is perpendicular to the tangent at the point of contact. Understood, children? Okay. One theorem you learnt in class 9th, that theorem proof I am going to use now. Basically the statement of that theorem I am going to use now. What is that statement? That whenever there is a perpendicular drawn from the center point to the chord, it always bisects the chord, means it divides the chord in two equal parts. So this is 90 degree, means ODB will be of 90 degree. Okay, you know that OD is perpendicular on AB and AB is the chord for the bigger circle and OD is perpendicular on AB. So whenever there is a perpendicular drawn from the center point to the chord, it bisects the chord. So children, I can say that AD is equal to DB. Fine. So I have written AD is equal to DB. Reason behind, because perpendicular drawn from the center point to the chord always bisect the chord. Understood, children? Okay. Now, as I have to prove, I have to basically find out the length of the chord. Okay, I have to calculate this complete AB. How can I calculate AB? If I know AD or if I know DB. Fine. Then while making double of it. Why? Because I use the word bisect. Means AD must be equal to DB. If I am capable to find this DB and I am going to make its double, then will I be able to calculate this complete length of the chord of the circle? Yes, of course. And children, you know that OD is perpendicular on AB because radius is perpendicular to tangent. So this triangle ODB will become a right angled triangle. Now easily you can apply here Pythagoras theorem to calculate DB. And after calculating DB, just make it double so that I can calculate the complete length AB. Got it? Okay. Now have a look on the solution. In triangle ODB, children, you know that the side which is just opposite of 90 degree, that is always considered as hypotenuse. So OB is hypotenuse. So will it be OB square is equal to OD square plus DB square? Have a look, please. Correct. This is OB square is equal to OD square plus DB square by Pythagoras theorem I am applying in right angle triangle ODB. OB is the radius of the bigger circle, the larger circle. So that is 5 centimeter given. 5 centimeter whole square is equal to OD is the radius of the smaller circle, that is 3 centimeter whole square plus DB square. DB is actually the base, or I can say the half of the length of the chord. So this is 25 centimeter square minus 9 because this is equal to sign. This will go on left hand side. It would become minus 9 centimeter square is equal to DB square. So DB square is equal to 16 centimeter square. So what would be DB? DB is 4 centimeter. Fine, children. You may be thinking that why ma'am has not taken here plus minus. Here also it is becoming a quadratic equation. Why? Because the children, the length of any side can never ever be negative. That's why that negative value will not be considered. Okay. Now children, as you know that the perpendicular drawn from the center point bisect the chord. And I have calculated this dB. Have a look please. This part I have calculated. This is what? 4 centimeter. And AD and dB both are equal. So it means AD will also be 4 centimeter. So what will be the total length of complete AB? That is double of dB. So length of the chord is equal to AB is equal to twice of AD you can take, twice of dB you can take. That depends on you because they both are equal. So this is equal to 2 into 4 centimeter, that is 8 centimeter. Clear children? Now children, let us switch to question number 8. A quadrilateral ABCD is drawn to circumscribe a circle. Don't be confused while reading this word. Very simple meaning I am telling you of circumscribe. Circumscribe a circle means covers a circle. It means circle will be made inside the quadrilateral. Clear children? Prove that AB plus CD is equal to AD plus BC. Children, there are two mathematical terms. One is inscribe, another is circumscribe. The meaning of circumscribe I have just told you, covers. Suppose if I say a quadrilateral ABCD is drawn to inscribe a circle, means inscribe means inside. It means in that case quadrilateral will be made inside the circle. But here as per the statement, what is there? A quadrilateral ABCD is drawn to circumscribe a circle, means quadrilateral is covering the circle. If circle is covered, it means circle will remain inside. Okay. So let us start. What is given? A quadrilateral ABCD circumscribing a circle. This has been given to us. And what we have to prove? We have to prove that AB plus CD is equal to BC plus DA. Children, just look at this diagram. Sometimes this diagram the children have to make themselves, or sometimes it is given in the question itself. Okay. So please understand, a quadrilateral ABCD circumscribing a circle means it is covering the circle. It means circle is inside the quadrilateral. Correct children? Okay. Now the name of the quadrilateral is ABCD. As it is going to circumscribe the circle, so definitely they must be having some common points. Means the circle as well as all the four sides of a quadrilateral. Okay. So these basically points were given in the question. So this point is given as P, this is Q, this is R and this is S. Fine children. Okay, just tell me one thing. Will sides AB, BC, CD and DA not be the tangent for the circle? Yes, of course, they all are the tangents. They have different point of contact, that is point P, Q, R and S. Suppose children, if I take here center point and I am going to draw or I am going to join O to P. So will it not be the perpendicular? Of course, because radius is perpendicular to the tangent. But this theorem I am not going to apply over here. I am applying theorem 10.2. What is the statement? We know that the length of the tangent from an external point to the circle are equal. Please have a look children. If I am going to take point A as the external point, have a look. There are basically two tangents drawn from this external point to the circle. Which are those? One is AP. I told you that we have to take the length of the tangent starting from the external point and going up to the point of contact. Okay. In the same manner, this AS. This will be the another tangent. So AP must be equal to AS. Why? Because the length of the tangent is equal if they are drawn from the same external point. Fine. So here children I have written that AP is equal to AS. While considering A as external point and AP and AS, they both are the tangent drawn from the external point. Fine. Okay, to the same circle. Okay. Now in the same manner, you tell me, suppose if B is external point, then which particular two tangents are drawn from this point B to the circle? Correct. They are BP and BQ. And this BP must be equal to BQ. Why? Because the length of the tangents are equal when they are drawn from the same external point to the same circle. Okay. In the same manner, children, if I talk about say, external point C, then this CQ must be equal to CR. Fine. In the same manner, DR must be equal to DS. So all these equations I have written over here, that BP is equal to BQ, this BP is equal to BQ, CR is equal to CQ, CR is equal to CQ, DR is equal to DS. This is DR is equal to DS. Okay. Now I am going to add these four equations. While adding equation 1 to 4, we get this is AP plus BP plus CR plus DR. AP plus BP I have written in one bracket. CR plus DR I have written in another bracket. Now AS plus BQ plus CQ plus DS. AS plus BQ plus CQ plus DS. Now children, you just think what I have to calculate actually. I want this complete AB on left hand side, as this I have to prove, and I want this CD, means both the opposite side of a quadrilateral I want. So how can I get this AB? I am going to get AP plus PB. Look, this is AP plus PB I have got. So can I change this AP plus BP by AB? In the same manner, children, I have got on left hand side CR plus RD. So at place of that I have got CD. Look. Fine children. Now what else do I want? I want on right hand side complete BC. So BC how will I get? When I take the pairing like this, BQ plus QC. Now you have to reshuffle the pairing. BQ must be written with CQ. So BQ and CQ will be placed in one bracket. And how can I get DA? Look in the diagram. DA I can get when I am going to add DS and SA. Fine. So add them. SA or AS, this is one and the same thing. So this is AS and then DS. I have put them in one bracket. Plus BQ plus CQ. Okay, so at place of AS plus DS I can get AD. And at place of BQ plus CQ I can get BC. So hence proved. Got it? Now children, this is last question of today's lecture. This is most important question. Many times the proof of this question is demanded in board exam. Please have a look. In the given figure, xy and x dash y dash are two parallel tangents to a circle. Remember them, xy and x dash y dash, they are two parallel tangents. The figure is given in the question with center O. And another tangent AB with point of contact C intersecting this xy tangent at point A and x dash y dash at point B. What we have to prove? We have to prove that angle AOB is equal to 90 degree. Clear children? Now I am going to explain this statement while showing you that diagram so that you can better understand. Here is the diagram of that question. I am reading the statement and explaining you through diagram. Please have a look. First of all, there is a circle with center point O, xy and x dash y dash. This is x dash, this is y dash. They are two parallel tangents to the circle with center O. Another tangent AB. This is another tangent AB with point of contact C. This is tangent AB. Okay, and this point C is known as point of contact. Why? Because circle and this tangent, they both are touching each other at C point. Intersecting XY at A point. Here you can see this is point A. And intersecting X dash Y dash at point B. Fine children. I have to prove that angle AOB means angle 2 plus 3 is of 90 degree. Now you think, what should I do so that I can prove that angle AOB is equal to 90 degree? So let us start. Given xy and x dash y dash are two parallel tangents. Another tangent AB touches the circle at point C. You can see here in the diagram, just explained you right now, and intersects XY at point A and X dash Y dash at point B. Fine children. Now what I have to prove? I have to prove that angle AOB is equal to 90 degree. So let me explain you through diagram first, and then I will be explaining you the written proof. Please have a look. What is done? Children, I am going to take these two triangles. One is APO, another one is ACO. And I am going to prove these two triangles as congruent. Now, how can I prove them congruent? Please have a look. Children, here you can see that A is the external point. So, from this external point, two tangents are drawn. One is AP, because I have to take the length of the tangent till point of contact. This I have told you many times. And AC. So whenever there are two tangents drawn from the external point to the same circle, they are always equal. So can I say that AP is equal to AC? Fine. Now from this center point, you know this OP must be perpendicular on XY. Why? Because OP is radius and XY is tangent. So we know that radius is perpendicular to the tangent. So this angle must be of 90 degree. In the same manner, children, OC is also perpendicular on AB. Why? Because OC is also radius and AB is also tangent. And this OA is common in both the triangles. So I have applied RHS congruency criteria. How? One, I have taken right angle. Another one OA, which is common, that is hypotenuse, and any side you can take. I have taken these two sides, which are showing that the length of the tangents from the external point is equal. Or if you do not want to take this AC is equal to AP, you could take both radius also, that OP is equal to OC. Then also you are going to apply RHS. Suppose children, if you do not want to apply RHS, you can apply triple S criteria also of congruency. How? This is A external point, AP is equal to AC. I have just told you OA is common and OP is equal to OC, radius. So by triple S, what could you say? That both the triangles are congruent. If triangles are congruent, then children, by CPCT, can I say that angle 1 is equal to angle 2? In the same manner, this angle means OAP must be equal to OAC. But I don't require this. Why? Because I have to prove that angle 2 plus angle 3 must be of 90 degree. Correct, children? So children, in the same manner, I can prove these two triangles also congruent. Name them please. This is BQO must be congruent to BCO. Same criteria by triple S or by RHS. How? Look. Here B is the external point, so BQ must be equal to BC. Why? Because the length of the tangents drawn from the external point to the same circle is equal. And they both will be of 90 degree. This will also be of 90 degree while straight line angle. And you know that radius is perpendicular to the tangent. So I can say that OQB must be equal to OCB. And this OB is common. So either you can apply by RHS criteria or you can apply triple S also. How triple S? BC is equal to BQ, OB is common and OC is equal to OQ. Why? Because they both are the radii of the circle. So through this I have proved that triangle OPA is congruent to OCA. In the same manner I have proved OQB is congruent to OCB. Fine, children. You can just show any two triangles, either the above one or the below one, as congruent. Another one you can write similarly only. Fine, children. So let us start its proof. Triangle APO, this is APO, and triangle ACO, ACO. AP is equal to AC. I have just proved right now how AP is equal to AC, because length of the tangent from an external point, they are equal. AO is equal to AO, that is common, and OP is equal to OC, that is radii of the circle. So by triple S criteria, children, I can say that triangle APO is congruent to triangle ACO. Fine. So by CPCT, by corresponding parts of the congruent triangle, I can say that angle 1 is equal to angle 2. In the same manner, I can say that angle 3 is also equal to angle 4. Have a look. Angle 1 is equal to angle 2 by CPCT. Similarly, you have to write similarly. You are not supposed to do that part again. Means you are not supposed to prove rest of the two triangles also congruent once again. You can just write similarly. Similarly, triangle BQO is congruent to triangle BCO by triple S criteria. Okay. So again by CPCT, what can we say, children? That angle 3 is equal to angle 4. Fine. Now just have a look. This angle 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. This is straight line angle. They all are forming straight line angles. So means their sum must be 180 degree. Have a look. Angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 plus angle 4 is equal to 180 degree straight line angles. And children, as I have to prove angle AOB, please have a look. This is AOB. AOB is basically the addition of angle 2 and angle 3, means I want 2 and 3 both. So I have to remove angle 1 and angle 4. Angle 1 and angle 2 are equal. So angle 1 can be replaced by angle 2 and angle 4 can be replaced by angle 3. The same I have done here. Look, at place of angle 1 I have written angle 2. Angle 2 will remain angle 2. Angle 3 plus at place of angle 4 I have written angle 3 is equal to 180 degree. So this is twice of angle 2 plus twice of angle 3 is equal to 180 degree. Fine, children? So children, if twice of angle 2 plus twice of angle 3 is equal to 180 degree, then we can say that angle 2 plus angle 3 is equal to 90 degree. And what is this angle 2 plus 3? This is actually angle AOB is equal to 90 degrees. So hence proved. The same thing we wanted to prove. Correct, children? So children, that's it for the day. This is the time to get mathematics homework. Please write down maths homework. Maths homework is, children, I am going to give you 3 questions to try. They are also based on the same concepts, whatever I have taught you today. Fine, children. So you just try question 10, 11 and 13 of exercise 10.2 in practice notebook. Only the taught questions you have to do in your homework notebook, that is question number 5, 7, 8 and 9 of exercise 10.2 in homework notebook. You please try these very questions. Okay, as I have just explained you question number 5 to 9, in the same manner, the same concept, the same strategy you have to apply while solving these very questions. Correct, children? Now that's it for the day. Please like the video and do not forget to subscribe our channel. Thank you and have a nice day.